Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. Lolly, I'm really excited about our topic today because it's something foundational, something deeply personal, yet often misunderstood or just, not fully grasped by many.
Oh, absolutely, Greenlight. When you said the truth about Yeshua, our God, I felt that immediate spark. It's not just a theological concept. It's a living, breathing reality for so many of us, and it defines so much of what we believe. But where do we even begin with a topic so vast?
That's a great question, Lolly. I think we start by acknowledging the name itself, Yeshua. For many, they're more familiar with Jesus. And while it's the same person, Yeshua is his original Hebrew name, meaning salvation or the Lord saves. Just that name alone tells you so much about his mission, doesn't it?
It really does. It's like, right from the get-go, his identity and purpose are wrapped up in his very name. And I think that's a good place to start because before we even talk about our God, we need to acknowledge the historical figure, Yeshua, born into a specific time and culture.
Exactly. He wasn't some ethereal spirit floating around. Yeshua was a real person, a Jewish man, born in Bethlehem, raised in Nazareth. He lived, breathed, ate, slept. He walked the dusty roads of Galilee and Judea. He was immersed in the Jewish culture and traditions of his time, and that's crucial for understanding so much of his teachings.
It makes him so much more relatable, doesn't it? Knowing he experienced human life with all its joys and struggles. He wasn't distant. But then, the jump from historical figure to our God is where I think a lot of people either stumble or find profound revelation.
Absolutely. That's the core of it, isn't it? The claim isn't just that he was a good teacher, a prophet, or even a remarkable human being. The claim, supported by scripture and the testimony of countless generations, is that Yeshua is divine. He is God incarnate. That's a huge claim, truly revolutionary.
It's enormous, and I think for someone new to this, or even someone who's been around faith for a while but never really dug in, it sounds almost audacious. Like, how can a man be God? What does that even mean?
It's the paradox, isn't it? Fully God, yet fully man. This isn't something invented by later followers. Yeshua himself made claims that pointed to his divinity. He said, "Before Abraham was, I am," echoing God's revelation to Moses at the burning bush. He accepted worship, which no mere prophet or man would ever do. He forgave sins, something only God can do.
Right, and his disciples understood this. They weren't just following a charismatic leader. They saw him perform miracles that demonstrated power over creation itself, calming storms, healing the sick, raising the dead. These weren't just magic tricks. They were signs pointing to something far beyond human capability.
Exactly. And the resurrection, Lolly, that's the ultimate undeniable proof for so many of us. If he had just died and stayed dead, all those claims would have been empty. But his resurrection from the grave, witnessed by hundreds, transformed his terrified disciples into bold evangelists who would literally die for the truth of what they had seen and heard.
Yeah, you don't go from hiding in a locked room to preaching in the streets knowing you'll face persecution, unless something truly world-shattering happened. Their belief in Yeshua as God wasn't some intellectual exercise. It was born out of profound, life-altering experience, and it really changed everything for them, didn't it?
It changed everything, and it continues to change everything for people today. When we talk about Yeshua our God, we're talking about the one through whom all things were created, the one who sustains the universe, the one who stepped into his own creation out of immense love to redeem it. It's a grand narrative, a cosmic story of love and sacrifice.
That's such a beautiful way to put it, Greenlight. Stepped into his own creation. It really highlights the humility, doesn't it? The creator becoming part of the created, not just observing from a distance. That speaks volumes about the nature of God's love.
Absolutely. It's not just about power, it's about relational love. Think about it. The God who created galaxies cares about the individual struggles, joys, and heartaches of each person, and Yeshua demonstrated that care so profoundly during his earthly ministry. His teachings weren't abstract philosophy. They were practical, life-giving truths about how to live and love.
His teachings! Oh, we could do an entire podcast just on his teachings, couldn't we? The Sermon on the Mount alone is revolutionary. Love your enemies, turn the other cheek, blessed are the peacemakers. These are concepts that still challenge and inspire us thousands of years later.
They really are. and they come from a place of divine authority, not just human wisdom. When Yeshua spoke, people often remarked that he spoke as one who had authority, and not as their scribes. There was a weight, a truth, an inherent power in his words that resonated deeply.
It's like he was speaking from the source, because he is the source. And I think that's where the "our God" part really sinks in for me. It's not just an abstract deity, it's a personal relationship. It's the God who knows me, sees me, and deeply cares for my well-being. It transforms from a doctrine into a living connection.
That's exactly it, Lolly. It moves beyond intellectual assent to heartfelt surrender and trust. To acknowledge Yeshua as our God means we recognize his sovereignty, his love, and his plan for our lives. It's an invitation to walk in relationship with the divine.
And that relationship isn't just about following rules, is it? It's about transformation from the inside out. When you truly grasp who Yeshua is, it changes how you see yourself, how you see others, and how you interact with the world around you.
Precisely. His grace, his forgiveness, his example of selfless love, these aren't just things to admire. They're meant to be emulated and received. When we understand Yeshua as God, we understand the depth of grace extended to us, because only a perfect, divine being could offer such complete and unconditional forgiveness.
It's truly mind-blowing when you stop and think about it, that the very God who created everything would choose to redeem us in such an intimate and personal way. It's not a transactional relationship, it's deeply relational and restorative.
And it clarifies so much about the nature of God. The Old Testament, which can sometimes feel distant or harsh to some, suddenly comes into sharper focus when viewed through the lens of Yeshua. He is the fulfillment of prophecies, the embodiment of God's character, the ultimate revelation of the Father.
I find that so comforting, actually, to see the consistency, the thread of love and redemption running from Genesis all the way through to Revelation, all centered on Yeshua. It makes the entire biblical narrative cohesive and profoundly meaningful.
It makes it a story of hope, doesn't it? In a world that often feels chaotic and broken, the truth about Yeshua our God provides an anchor. It gives us purpose, comfort, and the assurance that we're not alone, that there's a divine hand guiding and loving us.
That's really a beautiful way to sum it up, Greenlight. An anchor. For anyone listening today, if this is a new concept or if you're exploring your faith, I hope this conversation sparks a deeper curiosity within you.
My hope exactly, Lolly. Don't just take our word for it. Explore the scriptures, read the Gospels, consider the historical evidence, and most importantly, pray and ask Yeshua to reveal himself to you. It's a journey worth taking, and the truth you discover will be life-changing.
Absolutely. It's a personal journey, but one that connects you to something so much bigger than yourself. Thank you, Greenlight, for such a rich and meaningful discussion today.
My pleasure, Lolly. And thank you all for joining us on this exploration of the truth about Yeshua our God. We hope you'll reflect on what we've discussed and continue your own discovery. Until next time, take care.
Bye for now, everyone.